Hello there, this is Pureful Stars, and welcome to a video about a group named Cosmonautica. Given I do not know if this is how their group name is pronounced, but I'm going off Subnautica. So, let's get to it immediately. For the beginnings and the history of this group. For the longest time that I remember, they originated back in 2021, maybe even earlier. I just know that their copyright thing down in their group says 2023. The people who own this group are the users Lovius and Avius. Given I do not know how to pronounce their usernames, I'm calling them Loy and A for time being if I have to speak about them in the video. They have about, at the time of speaking this, estimated 550 members. It could be more, it could be less. The games I have is a game called the Sacred Archipelago, where it is unknown of their location, but given theories, it is safe to assume it is probably near Central Europe. For the game review, I am going off 5 main things: scenery, traveling to the area, the map in general from what I've seen, the building, and the ills to the blurs. First off, we're hitting with the scenery. I would say it would be a 9 out of 10. It is really good, and with the climate, it can be placed on a global map. Given the maps already in a winter-like area, given it is February, and had a winter update in December. It could update soon, which could give us more understanding if it does have seasons, which can further place us on the map. Number 2, which is our travel to the sanctuary. This one is a 9.8 out of 10. The path may be really nice and has actual signs to tell you where you're supposed to go, which is really great, including most games don't do that. You pop out of nowhere and you just have to do trial and error. Hope you find your way. Unless you're like some of the groups that I've seen way back in like 2020, where you literally just have to walk up to the building. But those are beginners. We're talking about more so intermediate to professionals. When it comes to the map in general, I would say it'd be an 8.7 out of 10. Like I said, the scenery and the path are really well done, good, fleshed out, and gives something for people who are into the lore to look at. But when it comes to the more empty areas of the map, those who may not be more attentive, I would think to add something there. Maybe like a couple lanterns to light up a lore-based path. Maybe like the ruins. While I could not have found them in any of the footage below, it is granted that there may be more to it. It could also be done for empty areas like banks or anything else to have anything washed up from their previous game. Given I do not remember the name, and I have very little memory of it, the only thing I do remember is looking for 2 notes. It seemed to appear as some sort of medical facility inspired by Divine Sister. And the fact that they had a village on the cliffside. It was really nice, really well built. Also, I flew on a plane there. Building itself, 10 out of 10. The constructors of the game did a really good job, especially with the little details. For example, on the benches, you can actually see their mark, or the mark, as the game states below. You can inspect a couple things there, such as the lockers, which one has a package in. You can inspect a broken shower room that has said, "I wonder when it will be fixed." I have a screenshot somewhere on my computer that is saying it will never be fixed. While it may be a future update, I am going to continue joking about it. The uniforms are really well done, and given I used to think the mark of the necklace was something else entirely, a spider web to be exact, and I thought that was lore for a couple moments, until I zoomed in on my character in a previous corrupted footage. The food has been set in around a country called Cambodia? I don't know the pronunciation. I just know that it's placed near that region. It gave those in the lore channels saying that they could have been in that country before moving up near Central Europe to go find a deserted island and build their sanctuary there. The Ills and the Blur. 7.9 out of 10. While the blur is interesting and can give us some lore, given about 2 to 3 blurs in, if you go to the dormitories, you can actually see what will look to be something that you will be standing on anytime a blur happens. Along with a broken room with anything we have no idea what's in. Our ability to break doors is actually really interesting in my opinion, given that a lot of games that have their theme is not really a possible outcome. The only one that I know who has this is Lesbian East, and that is because of the architecture they have. So, this is my little mini theory as a joke. The constructors did not find very high quality hinges for the doors. Yes. And while the monster is really simple, really nice, seems to be a mix of older monsters that you can see from other games, you just have your own little thing. It is original in its own sense. The blurs are really nice. Everything's really good. For the final thoughts of the game, it is a 9 out of 10. Well done, well detailed, very cool to travel. Some parts are extremely dark in the map, especially in the sanctuary. The blurs are very interesting, nothing I've ever seen yet. And for any suggestions that I would give, I would say simply add a little pizzazz in certain areas that seem to be more empty. Such as in a other group that I have completely forgot the name of. I was going to make a video on it before my hiatus. This is entering unscripted territory, by the way. I would say that you can add like another body somewhere that's more hidden. Given that, as you saw in like probably beginning footage, the whole cave system has a skeleton in it. How did it get there? I don't know. We'll never know. That is lore for another day. Another thing I can add is probably adding some way to get to the 3rd floor. Now, by inspection, you can tell that the staircase is broken and you can't get on the bridge. What I can say is probably something that I have seen some weird core-like games do. Specifically, a playground where you can get something, place it on something or someone, and get a reaction. Something I would say like a ladder you can probably find in the uniform room, or a room that is an activity-based area, like the playground, or the main chapel-like hallway. You can take it and place it like somewhere near the broken path. Get a walkway. Some things that I can say from areas that I have not been in that have not yet been recorded, as another suggestion, is fixing the barriers a bit. Now, you can go near the crack of the bridge. Just your main issue is going to be that you'll ragdoll for quite a while. And that happens after. Not after. Got my words now. It seems to be happening while you're in the barrier too. If you try to leave, it'll continue. On my first instance of when I came back to the community, I noticed that there's a chance that if you get stunned, be picked up by a person, and dropped right after, you might not have a chance to get back up. Now, this could have just been a player-initiated issue, and that it is not the script, but it is always possible. And for any other little suggestions, please make some of the sanctuary brighter, because I cannot be carrying a hand candle the whole time. The candle does not do anything for me. But that is everything. If you have anything to say about the group, maybe fix some things that I must have said wrong, you can leave them down in the comments. Leave your thoughts on the games below. The group and the game will be listed in the description or pinned comment. I'd like to thank everyone who has been cameoed in the footage, and for everyone to have a good day. If you want to have the video reach more people who deserve to see this group, you can simply like or subscribe. Have a good day, beautiful stars,